Kemal Sırtı Kırmızı. Thank you for hosting us at the beautiful Waldorf Astoria, and congratulations on the opening. I think it's been mere weeks since you opened. I want to get right into it here at Economy Middle East. Now, Waldorf Astoria has long been an icon in New York. How does the brand carry the legacy when it goes to different geographies, different locations? Tell us about that a little bit, please.
Absolutely. First of all, welcome to Waldorf Astoria Kuwait. What a pleasure to have this interview today. We are very excited. Yes, we are thrilled that we were able to bring Waldorf Astoria alive here in Kuwait. Waldorf Astoria has a big legacy, as you know. So it goes back to 1893 when the first Waldorf hotel has opened, and following with the Astoria Hotel. So it has built a lot of history in the hospitality sector. So one of them is, of course, the Waldorf Astoria was the most luxurious hotel in the world when it was purchased by Hilton, Conrad Hilton, which is our founder, in 1949. So throughout the years, there are a lot of stories has been told about Waldorf Astoria. So bringing Waldorf Astoria to new destination, I'm going to always refer back to our Conrad Hilton. So when he was opening the hotels in the new destination, it becomes a ceremony for the country. And I'm happy to say that here in Kuwait, we created that ceremony. And now Kuwait is celebrating Waldorf Astoria, opening here in Kuwait. So how do we bring Waldorf Astoria alive in Kuwait? So one of the things that I can definitely talk about is the Peacock Alley, because wherever you go in Waldorf Astoria, that comes from all the way from New York. When the first Waldorf and Astoria opened, so there was this alley, that became so famous in that society at that time. So we were able to bring that alley into Waldorf Astoria because we're connecting Kuwait City to our Prestige Mall in Avenues. So we are becoming that alley and then becoming a gateway to from city to the mall. So that's one of the way to bring Waldorf Astoria into Kuwait. Mm-hmm. So when you were also coming into a country that has a rich heritage, obviously Kuwait is, when you take a look at the history of Kuwait, there are a lot of history, and those history we wanted to reflect and combine it with the Waldorf Astoria. You can see a lot of those, which I'm going to walk you through later, especially from our artwork standpoint. Mm-hmm. You will see a lot of those heritage in Kuwait, because we want to make sure that Waldorf Astoria blends with the Kuwait culture. And when we're telling the story, like we were telling the Waldorf Astoria in New York, we want to tell the same stories here in Kuwait, because there are a lot of untold stories that we want to combine with this amazing two brand and amazing country together and bring it to Kuwait. And the other thing is that I like to talk about is the service standards that has set as a brand in the world. And I think one of the things the Kuwait really deserves to get an amazing experience when the guest walks in through our doors and throughout their stay. So to bring that alive, we are focusing on the true Waldorf service standards that we want to bring and introduce to Kuwait.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Now I'm going to get more into the hotel and the offerings and so on and so forth, but let's hear about you. Your career, rather distinguished. You've been all around the world, Turkey, Middle East, US. Tell us about yourself a little bit.
Absolutely. So one of the things about myself, so everybody asks me which department you grow up with or which areas that you focus more. And I really always, from the first day that I entered into hospitality when I was 14 years old, and I always dream of being a hotelier, because when you're a hotelier, this becomes your house. So it's like if somebody comes to your house, how you introduce your house to the guests, and that's exactly how I want to do it here. I want to take care of every single guest that comes from our doors with our amazing team here. So going back to my career, so I started when I was 14 years old as a banquet casual, mm-hmm. and grew up throughout my career in different departments, and then of course becoming a director of operations, and at that time I met with F&B concepts as well. So until to this moment, I work in different countries. So I started my career in Turkey and work in Istanbul, some luxury hotels. And then after that, I moved to United States, working in United States, different states with the luxury brands as well. And then from there, moved to Middle East in 2012. So for the last 10 years, I'm in Middle East. It's so exciting. It's an amazing journey to be here. And and I'm working with the different luxury hotels and bring that experience into this beautiful property. That's what I'm so proud with. And so basically, if you take a look at my background, I like to be well-rounded leader, and to be that, you have to be hotelier.
Wonderful, great answer, great answer. And then GCC, Kuwait, incredibly competitive industry. What does the Waldorf Astoria Kuwait bring to the market that was missing?
Yeah, I think, Kuwait is an exciting market. So when you take a look at Kuwait, going into a little bit into the history, they were the leading country when you think about, GCC. So now I think looking into the vision that the country has for 2035 and contributing to that vision, and I think as a famous brand in the world, and to bring that brand into Kuwait and adding value into the hospitality sector is one of the most important things I can ever mention here. And then also Kuwait is very exciting market when it comes to food scene, because Kuwaitis are well-traveled, well-educated, and then they are very entrepreneur when it comes to the food and beverage. And when you take a look at Kuwait, one of the things that really amazed me when I first arrived here is how many restaurants that are out there, that every restaurant that I went and I found something new, something exciting. And it's an amazing blend with the Kuwaiti culture, because Kuwait has been influenced from different histories as well, and then adding into that and synthesizing it with experiences that they had it in different part of the world, so you can really feel it. You can see it, and of course on top of it, when you add the entrepreneurship feel, so that a lot of beautiful locally grown brand that became alive. So what we would like to bring here is from a food and beverage destination standpoint, because this is something that we're really passionate about, is that as a company now we are partnering with Roka. So very famous, Azumi group. Mm-hmm. They're bringing robatayaki, Japanese cuisine into Kuwait, and I think that's going to add a lot of value into the market, and that's going to enrich the food and beverage scene here in Kuwait. So, and then the other concepts that we are working on it, for example, we have Ava. Ava is a Mediterranean concept that we are building on it. And we are inspired with the destinations of Kuwaiti guests when they travel to Europe, because we draw a map where most of the Kuwaitis go to. And then we realize that the Mediterranean area is including the French Côte d'Azur, and then Italian, the south of Italy, and Greece. And we want to bring that flavor into Kuwait so they don't need to travel. And of course, when you think about the freshness of hopefully, you're going to try that. So when you feel the freshness of the products that we are also introducing into the market, introducing to Ava, is absolutely stunning. So some of the feedback that we have received since we opened, they said they feel like, our guests feel like they're not in Kuwait. They feel like we're in somewhere else. And that motivates me every day whenever I hear that. Because food and beverage is all about passion, all about drive, all about the senses, right? When you bring those senses into your life, that's what amazes me, and it motivates me every day to do better. And I think that will really contribute into the market from an Ava brand standpoint perspective. And the other part is Pika Cali. Since we opened our doors, I can definitely tell you that our Pika Cali is always busy with afternoon teas, busy with some savories as we have experienced today, busy with ladies who would like to get together, because at the end of the day we're in one of the most famous shopping mall in Kuwait, and Avenues and Prestige Mall. So that gives a lot of opportunity for the travelers, leisure travelers or corporate travelers. When they come, they have an easy access. So you're not standing in a building that you don't have any other options. So you can just walk from our doors, completely different environment. You can walk and you can shop, and you can come back and you can still enjoy Waldorf Astoria. I think these attributes that we are bringing into the market, I'm sure that our guests is going to value that, and they're going to be loyal guests to us.
Wonderful. I mean, I certainly, since the moment I stepped in, have experienced unparalleled service. I've been eating constantly since I came. Every meal has been wonderful, so definitely I agree with every word that you said. I'm going to now move into true Waldorf service.
Yes.
Tell me about that. What is that, and what is that going to bring to the hospitality sector in Kuwait?
Absolutely. So true Waldorf service is all about paying attention to every single details of our guests. So our guest journey doesn't only start when they enter into our building. It starts from the decisions that they make, that they want to choose. They choose the brand. In this case, Waldorf Astoria Kuwait. That's where it starts, right? And it continues, and then even after stay, and it stays with them. So from the very first moment that they interact with us, from the very last moment that they leave from our doors and after their stay, we want to make sure that we create experiences that they have never felt before or they have never experienced before. From all senses standpoint, from an experience standpoint, as you know, maybe you have experience already, the rooms, when you take a look at the rooms, you get that bedding experience, sleeping experience. From our food and beverage, you get that food and beverage experience. And that touches your different senses, different experiences. And then from our service standpoint, you always interact with our team members. And we have gone through very rigorous hiring process and when it comes to selecting our team members. And I'm happy to see that our market is recognizing that, because we want to make sure that we capture every preferences of our guests. We capture and create those preferences and turn them into exceptional memories and the memories that they have never seen or they have never experienced before. And creating also, one of the things that in the true world of service is creating those heartfelt moments that our team always touches to the guest's heart. It's just not only a place to stay or do a business or enjoying the mall, but touching the guest's heart is what we're passionate about. Because we know the moment that you touch those hearts, and that will stay with the guests. And of course, creating those lasting memories, and starting from all the way from a warm welcome and giving them a fond farewell, and the passion in between, that's what we want to create. And that's exactly what the true world of service. Because our founder, Conrad Hilton, lived that over the years, and they passed that to us. And now we are trying to make sure that we deliver that in Kuwait market.
Wonderful. And then I want to get more into because I know you have extensive experience with food and beverage as well. How do you see the food and beverage market in Kuwait develop even further and perhaps challenge some of the other big cities in the GCC?
Yes. I think it is very bright, Kuwait food and beverage market. I think there's a lot of potential, and that's why, you know, bringing Waldorf Astoria and into Kuwait, as well as you know, a brand like Roca, and creating our homegrown brands as well, because we are now creating a new concept called Kubar, which is an island near Kuwait, and then our Kuwaiti guests, they go there on the weekends and they enjoy it, right? So we want to bring that feel into our pool area. It's when we go to the pool area, you can see very green, very relaxing, and we have cabanas around it. So it really resembles the island feeling, and then we want to create that Levantine cuisine experience and bring it to here. And there are a lot of things to learn in this market from a Levantine perspective and cuisine perspective, and that's what we wanted to bring into the poolside. So also getting, you know, bringing these homegrown concepts, because that's what I have been seeing in Kuwait, and that is going to help the Kuwait market to move forward. And especially now the brands like Roca coming into the market and creating a new scene and new level of dining experience, I think we'll enhance it. We'll enhance it. And I can see that with moving forward, there are more and more brands are going to be willing to come to Kuwait once they see international brands as well here, right? So I think, you know, Kuwait market, as I said, very bright when it comes to food and beverage, very active when it comes to entrepreneurship, you know, experiences, and I think it's very bright, very, very exciting.
Wonderful. And then your strategic partner here, and as a matter of fact, landlord as well, Mabane Group.
Yes.
What kind of synergies do you have with them, and how have they supported everything from construction to the operation of the whole Waldorf Astoria Kuwait?
Absolutely. Our owner, as Mabane company, they are actually, I think, one of the most innovative company I have seen, and especially, you know, when you think about avenues, you know, the impact that has created in the generally in GCC is impressive, because they set a new standards of shopping experience, shopping mall experience, and that attracts some of the GCC countries to Kuwait, and you just don't feel like you're in a shopping mall. You feel like you're in a neighborhood. You feel like you're walking in the streets of Europe. You're thinking that you're walking the streets of, you know, in the GCC. So that really gives, you know, an approach to create the new shopping experience. And they are innovating more, and they are going into, as you know, they're in Bahrain, and they have other plans coming up. So working with such a company, they're not only, you know, helping us to grow this beautiful brand in Kuwait, but they're so supportive, and to have a supportive ownership, and an ownership that really puts a lot of effort to build the best in the market, that is already an advantage for us. And then it can definitely tell that, you know, working with such an owner, and Waldorf Astoria is in a very good hands in Kuwait as a brand, and together we're going to build, I'm sure, so many projects.
Wonderful. And I want to end it all with a more personal question. What does Kemal Sirtikirmizu do in his leisure and spare time, apart from being a jack of all trades hotel general manager?
Yes. Actually, I'm very passionate when it comes to my family, although they're not with me now. I spend a lot of time with my kids. I have 3 kids, and you know, I'm so blessed that I have an amazing family. And then, of course, on my spare time, I like to read a lot of books. And every time that I find an opportunity, I have one book next to me. And then, you know, obviously getting together with my friends, and I'm a very social gentleman as well. And I like to spend time outdoors. I'm an outdoor person. I'm a lover of mountains and trekkings and exploring. And so that's basically who I am. And, you know, I focus on my personal growth, I focus on my family, and I focus on the things that I really love to do. And you can see that, you can understand when you look at me, and I do things with passion. I do things that I enjoy, and I try to do it the best capability that I can ever do. So,
well, great. You know, I'm going to add one more question right there. So, about passion, we dined earlier together, and I noticed how you went into detail in every single little detail of the menu with such passion and such interest. Tell me about the journey when you were creating the menus, the experience here. How did that develop, and how long did it take, and what kind of involvement does a general manager usually have?
Absolutely.
In that kind of thing?
I mean, obviously in the pre-opening hotels, you know, you have to make sure that you prepare the operation when it comes to food and beverage or others. You have to be involved. And I have a very talented chef team and culinary experts, I would say, and amazing leadership when it comes to food and beverage. So we work very diligently and to make sure that we are involved in every phases of getting the menus into our restaurants. And of course, we did a lot of trials, which comes with it when you're doing the hotel opening. And then every time that we experience the new dishes or the dishes that we introduce, there is always something that we find to do better. And every time that you fix and to be better, and then of course we working with our regional team as well, a team of professionals, and they support us as well. But in from all the way from selections, the procurement, because one of the things in Kuwait that we really think that we can improve and help and contribute is opening the procurement channels to bring the fresh products to Kuwait. Because I think, as everybody knows, and I'm sure you do as well, when you have a fresh product, you don't need to do much, because that freshness delivers the taste, and that speaks to your senses as well. So we work really hard. I mean, that was one of the things that we really work to open all the channels, to deliver the best quality, to get the best ingredients, and of course when you have the talents, the chefs and the team, you get the best outcome. So I'm really happy because when you open a hotel, to get that quality and the market response to that quality sometimes takes time. But for the last 2 weeks, we've been hearing amazing feedback. And then obviously now it is more difficult for us because we need to maintain and we need to create the consistency. Because to be the best is not easy. You have to make sure that you work hard and always continuously grow. And the most important is to learn from what you have, what you have done and how you're going to do it better. So I think to answer your question, yes, every phases of building these menus, I've been involved with the team shoulder to shoulder.
Well, I think on that note, Kemal Sirtukırmızı, I'm going to thank you for your hospitality, for your team's hospitality. Thank you for joining us here at Economy Middle East today. Much appreciated. And what a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure meeting with you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.